Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan with E-Bike Nation. Hey, we're going to do a little drone footage of this Ride1Up Portola 20-inch by 3-inch fat tire bike that I got today and got unboxed and assembled. So, yeah, let me do dolly mode, which the camera will be out in front of me here so we can film me going down the trail here. Okay, we're going to do some dolly track here. Drone's going to stay out in front of me here. Hope you guys can see the bike a little bit. I maybe should have set the drone a little higher. But I'm hoping you're going to be able to see the bike here. If not, I'll set it for another mode so you can get a higher viewpoint of it. But yeah, this is the Ride1Up Portola, which is my 20-inch by 3-inch fat tire bike. It's got a 750-watt rear hub motor. It's got a 48-volt, 10.4 amp hour battery. And yeah, I just wanted to get out and do the drone footage today. This is not going to be a review. This is just so you guys can see the bike. And yeah, it was really easy to assemble. Lost my drone here a little bit. There we go. Finally found me again. If you go too fast on this or get away from the connectivity of the Bluetooth, it wants to lose you a little bit. So, but yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching my channel. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan again with E-Bike Nation. Welcome back. Well, we tried to do a little drone footage a while ago, and guess what? Blade number 2 broke on my drone. That's the second drone that I've purchased from Hover Air X1, and both of them defective. I mean, the drone was flying along fine on with a mode they call dolly track, where the drone's in front of me. It was doing fine, and all of a sudden, it just fell out of the air. Then when I picked it back up, I don't know if it hit something. I don't think so. May hit a small little limb or some kind, but once it landed, drone blade completely broken on the propeller. So now it won't work at all, obviously. So that's drone number 2 going back. And there's all probability I will not be purchasing another drone from Hover Air. I thought it was a really good little selfie drone, but I can tell you, if you don't fly that thing in a wide open area, you're going to have problems with those blades catching either on something or just breaking on them. So I'm not real happy with the Hover Air 1 at all. So stay tuned for what Hover Air talks about, what they're going to do about that. I know I'm going to refund my money because I went through Amazon, and that's pretty quick to get your money back on that. Once you send the drone, it takes about a week once it gets through the processing center, and they go ahead and refund your money. But what's the point of messing around with the drone when it won't fly? So anyway, that's enough of the drone. We're out riding the Ride1Up Portola. It is a 20-inch by 3-inch fat tire bike, which I'll do a description of it when I get done, but I will not be doing an official review on it today. I just wanted to get out and ride it. Might call it my first maiden ride on it, of any distance anyway. So yeah, it's got a 750-watt rear hub motor, 48-volt, 10.4 amp hour battery sits in the down tube on your left. So I want to get out and do a little riding today. It's been almost 6 days since I've been able to get out. Had snow come in and covered the trail for a couple days. Got pretty cold, so I decided to wait till today once I got the Ride1Up Portola in. Come in around 11:30 this morning, and I had it assembled within about a half hour. Very easily assembly on this bike. So we're just going to get out and do a little maiden ride, maybe 10-15 miles, and we'll see how it handles and what it does. On your left, a little bit of snow on the trail. I'm hoping I don't hit big patches of this as I'm riding, but I might. Hit some shady spots on the trail. The snow's going to take a little longer to melt. I thought it might be completely melted by now, but it's not. But for the most part, it looks pretty clear from what I can see. We're probably just going to do a little riding footage, and I'll go ahead and shut the camera down, and so we don't make it so darn long. Then we'll turn it back on once I get down towards the end of my ride, so I can point a few things out about the bike. I'm in pedal assist 4, doing about 17 miles an hour. The bike will do 20 miles an hour with either pedal assist or throttle. I could unlock it and do 28, but I'm not going to do that right now. We're just going to see how well she does at 20 miles an hour. I've come about 4.4 miles so far. Might be down 1 bar. I'll know once I get back. We'll see how well it does, but I won't be taking a long ride today. Even though they say it may do 40-45 miles if I was in pedal assist 1, obviously, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay in pedal assist 4 and do about 10 miles, 15, and see what it does. It's a comfortable bike. It's a folding bike. It's got handlebars, of course, fold down when you fold the bike, and that's pretty much standard on all folding bikes. The stem always folds down as well. But again, I want to thank Ride1Up for sending this bike to me to review. But yeah, it's got some really neat features on it. To do just a little bit of comparison between this and the electric 3.0, it's pretty much the same bike. It's also a 20 by 3 inch fat tire bike. But the electric has only got a 500 watt motor, where this one's got a 750. So that's different. And this one has got 65 Newton meters of torque, where the electric 3.0 only has a 55 Newton meters of torque. Price, they're about the same. I think one's priced at $995 and the other one's $999. So I think this one's $4 cheaper, and I think it's got better quality components. This bike's got some really good brakes. I'll get the brand of them for you also. I believe the brand, the brakes is called Genna, Genna, hydraulic brakes, and seem to be doing real well. I'll show you right up here. I'll come to a pretty hard stop here, and I'll show you what it does with no squeaking. Now that was extremely good as far as braking, and I had no squeal whatsoever out of these brakes. So hats off to you, Ride1Up, for the brakes on this bike for sure. You normally will not get hydraulic brakes on a budget bike, and that's kind of what this is. This thing's priced at $995. This is a great little bike for somebody who don't have a whole lot of money. It's an affordability issue. I recommend this bike for sure. And it's also a step-through bike, which is really low on the bike, so you can step right over this thing without a problem as a senior. And that's why Ride1Up wanted me to review this bike. For me, I'm a senior, I'm 72 now, and they really wanted this bike reviewed for seniors. It's got really good torque coming off a stop sign, really good. A little ice and snow I got to go through here, and boys, it don't do well on that at all. Wow. Front tire slipping around there a little bit. Hoping this trail I'm getting ready to get on up here is not covered in snow and ice either, because I really don't want to do a ride too much on the snow and ice. I'm going to see what throttle only does going up this hill. It's maybe a 7 or 8% grade hill. I'm going to go to pedal assist 5. We'll see what it does. Well, a second, let me get my phone fixed here. Phone kind of turned on me a little bit. Sometimes these things happen when I just put the phone on, so I think that was probably the case. Might have to fix that a little better when I get home. Tighten this down a little bit. Bear with me just a second. Normally don't have this kind of issue on my phone, but I am today. So we'll just tighten it down a little farther. Should be okay about there. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and try to see what it does going up this hill in throttle only. I can tell you from a stop, it's picking up speed really well. I'm up to 12 miles an hour right now, going up about a 8 to 9% grade hill. I'm up to 18 miles an hour going up this hill. This thing is doing extremely well. So yeah, I got up that hill with no problem whatsoever. So hats off to Ride1 for that. It did drain a bar or two of my battery, I noticed, going up that hill. So again, it's only got a 10.4 amp hour battery, so it's going to drain a little faster. I expect if I ride in pedal assist 4 or 5 on this bike, I'm probably not going to get more than 15 to 20 miles if I get that. I don't think it's going to do real well as far as that goes. I'll do a little bit of a range test on it once I get going on a couple other rides I do. So we're probably going to cut through the neighborhood up here, and I'll get back to the house and I'll get off the bike, and I'm going to start showing you some things about this bike you're going to be happy with. So far, from what I can see on this bike, it does extremely well for $995. I know there's reviewers out there that don't like taking these bikes into review, but you know what? Sometimes you'll be surprised when you get a bike that's under $1,000 as far as an e-bike goes, and you're going to be extremely happy with that purchase. This is one of those bikes. I had another one called the Buzz by Huffy Corporation. I sold that bike, but it did extremely well, and it was a $995 bike. And this one matches right up to that one for sure. So yeah, don't let the price deceive you on a purchase of a bike, especially when you got somebody out reviewing these things to let you know what it's got. I have seemed to have used, I don't think I've used 50% of my battery, but I've only got 6.6 miles, and I'm down 2 bars for sure, maybe 2.5. But I'll know more once I put the voltmeter on it on my Luna charger. I'll know a little bit more of how much battery's left. So, yeah, I just wanted to get it out and do a quick ride on it. Again, I didn't want to do a long ride. Today's not the day for that. Until I can see what a bike will do, I don't like doing long-range tests without an additional battery with me. Here's where I got to be a little careful. We got this bridge is just covered in ice. More like a lot of slop where it's been melting. But this has only got 3-inch fat tires, and I'd rather be on 4-inch fat tires going through stuff like that. So anyway, we're going to hop back off the trail right here, and we'll head back home, and then I'll get off the bike and we'll go talk about this thing a little bit. I'm extremely impressed with this bike, especially with the torque going up that hill. I am shocked that it did that well going up that hill, but it climbed right up it, and I'm 225 pounds. And the bike weighs, I think about 69 pounds, I think it was. I can tell you for sure this bike is going to be a keeper. I'll be riding this bike for a good while. I kind of wish it had a bigger battery in it. I tried to get them to send me the 13 amp hour battery, but they did not. And you know what? When you get a bike for free, you don't complain. But as far as the brakes, extremely happy with those. And say the torque takes right off on this bike, and it don't jump when it takes off. This torque kind of slowly takes off, and it once you get barely touch it for about a half a second, it'll start kicking in. Did notice on the after I did my first ride just for a little bit down the street, I came back and the bolts come a little bit loose on the stem, but I guess I did not tighten them down well enough when I first tightened them down, so that was probably on my part that happened. But I think they're tightened down pretty good now. Wonder why school's out today, but this is President's Day, so no school. So Ride1Up, you got a winner here for the price point. Seen another review from a really high rated channel, and they had an extensive review on this bike, and everything they were talking about so far is spot on this bike. We'll double check it, but I think this bike has only got front suspension and not rear. So anyway, we're just going to do a little quick outro here on the bike here in the parking lot. So I'll get off the bike and I'll see if I can't get the camera angled down here so you guys can see it. Get up here a little bit. All right, let me stop the bike right there, turn off down the pedal assist a little bit. And boy, the step through on this thing is really easy. It's extremely low on this bike. Okay, let me see if I can, I'm gonna put you on hold a second so I can get this camera off here. All right, let's try that again. Again, this is the Ride1Up Portola. This is their 20-inch by 3-inch fat tire bike, as you can see here. I should have got out of this sun a little bit, but that's all right. It's got Chow Yang 20 by 3-inch tires on it. It's got 180 millimeter rotors. Now remember, this bike is priced at $995, so to come in at this price point and have these quality components and parts on this is really surprising to me. And it's got some highly rated reviews by creators like me that ride these bikes for these companies. And again, it's got a 750 watt rear hub motor, sits in the back tire here. And then we've also got a 48 volt 10.4 amp hour battery, sits in the down tube here. Again, this is a folding bike, as you can see. It weighs about 69 pounds total. There's your little latch to unfold that if you need to. And of course, the battery can come out right here. And the stem itself will also fold down on the bike, which is really good. And I love this color. I think this is what we call a teal. Just beautiful bike. I love the welds that they have on this back rack. This is not bolted in, this is welded in. So good job, Ride1Up, for that. And it's also got folding pedals, and the pedals are already on the bike when I got it. So I'm happy to see that. Didn't have to assemble that. The only thing I really had to assemble on this bike is put the front stem on it. And that was pretty much about it. And it's got pedal assist 1 through 5 here, as you can see. And it'll do 20 mile an hour in either throttle. It's got a thumb throttle, as you can see here. And I love these hydraulic brakes. If you guys seen the earlier on this video, these hydraulic brakes are called Gemma, G-E-M-M-A, and I'll tell you, this thing almost stopped on a dime. It did extremely well. Again, for this price point of the bike, you don't see these kind of components normally on a bike, so it's unusual. And again, it's got metal fenders. You don't see that very often on bikes. Now, it only has front suspension on this bike. I could probably put a seat suspension on the back of this if I want to. But I'm going to leave it alone for now. And it's also got a tail light here. I mean, not tail light, brake light. And that thing is extremely bright. So you don't normally see that on a price point that this bike is selling at either. But other than that, I'll tell you, it's a very comfortable ride. I've only done about 7 or 8 miles. This is not an official review at all. I just wanted to do a just quick up the trail and back and put in 6 or 7 miles. I'm not happy. My drone broke on me, as I mentioned earlier. I had a blade number 2 on the 2 drones in a row that I've got from that Hover Air that the blades are broken on the drone. I am not happy about that. So you may not be seeing some drone footage for a while. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Again, this is a real fun bike to ride. For this price point of $9.95, yeah, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, if you've got any questions on this bike, feel free to ask me. Share and like the video and hit that subscribe button. Hit any bell notifications, and I will see you guys on the next video.